The arrival space was wide, silent, and endless. For millions of years, the alien fleets had believed they ruled it. Their ships patrolled the dark skies, their empires spread across hundreds of stars, and their commanders spoke with pride. They thought no new power could rise. They thought no strange force could ever disturb them. But then, on one quiet day, everything changed. At the edge of a forgotten star system, a strange signal appeared. Alien sensors caught it sharp and strong. It was not the usual signal of traders nor the soft call of a colony ship. It was heavy, powerful, and old. The commanders in the alien fleet studied their screens with sharp eyes. Something massive was coming. The fleet captain gave orders quickly. Increase scans. Show me the source. Their screens flickered and soon a shadow appeared. First it was just a blur, then the shape became clear. A long body, armored like nothing they had ever seen before. A giant ship moved slowly through the void, silent but unstoppable. Whispers spread through the alien ships. What is it? Whose design is that? No empire builds ships like this. The answer came from the science officer, his voice shaking. It is human. The word spread like fire. Human. A species most aliens had ignored, thinking they were weak, young, and broken. A species with small colonies, no great empire, and no claim to the stars. But here it was, a warship. A human warship. The aliens stared at their screens in disbelief. The vessel was not sleek like their ships. It was not beautiful. It was heavy, black, and terrifying. Armor plates overlapped across its body. Massive cannons lined its sides. Its engines glowed with deep blue fire, and on its front one symbol burned bright. A human flag. The alien fleet commander tried to calm his voice. It cannot be dangerous. Humans have no such power. But inside, even he felt fear. The warship moved closer. It did not send messages. It did not broadcast signals. It did not request passage. It simply entered the system as if it belonged there. The alien fleets formed defensive lines. Hundreds of their ships gathered, surrounding the giant vessel. Their guns charged, missiles locked, and still the human warship said nothing. Why is it silent? One alien asked. Maybe it is broken, another guessed. But the commander shook his head. No, it waits. The waiting itself was worse than an attack. The silence pressed heavy on their hearts. Every second felt longer. The aliens could feel their fear growing with every beat of their hearts. Then something strange happened. The sensors reported the warship was not new. Its armor was scarred. Its cannons were old. Its engines carried marks of long battles. Yet the ship was alive, moving with perfect control. How can a broken species build such a thing? The science officer whispered. No one answered. The aliens decided to test it. A small cruiser moved forward, sending a scanning beam across the human ship. The beam touched the hull, and for a moment nothing happened. Then the lights across the human vessel flickered on, dozens of bright red eyes opening in the dark. Every alien in the fleet froze. The cruiser stopped. Its engines powered down. The scanning beam cut away, and the warship, still silent, turned slightly, pointing its massive front cannons at the small ship. The cruiser fled back into formation. No shot had been fired, but the message was clear. The alien commander's voice shook as he gave orders. Hold position. Do not provoke it. But the warship kept moving forward as if their fleets were nothing but dust. Its engines burned brighter, cutting across the stars. It was not afraid. It did not care about their weapons. It moved like a predator among prey. Whispers spread again. If one ship can do this, what if there are more? Is humanity stronger than we thought? No one had answers. The silence grew louder, heavier, crushing the alien fleets. Some captains begged to fire. Others begged to retreat. The commander's hands shook as he tried to hold control, and then, at the very end of the system, the human warship slowed. For the first time, it sent a signal, just one, short, simple, and cold. It said only this: "We are here." The words echoed across every ship, across every channel, across every alien mind. And with those three words, the aliens felt something they had not felt in centuries: fear. The arrival of the human warship was not just an event. It was a warning, a promise. A storm was coming, and nothing in the galaxy could stop it. The alien armadas looked at each other in silence. For the first time, they wondered if their rule of the stars had just ended, and the human warship kept moving forward. The observation: the alien fleets did not move. They only watched. Thousands of eyes, thousands of screens, all locked on the single dark shape that crossed their system. The human warship looked like a ghost from another age. Its armor was scarred. Its surface carried burns of old battles. Yet it glided forward with steady fire in its engines. Every alien officer knew one truth. A broken ship should not move like this. The alien commander gave a sharp order. Begin deep scan. Instantly, waves of invisible energy crossed the void, washing over the human ship. The sensors searched for weaknesses, cracks in the hull, failing reactors, weapon systems offline. But what they found instead made the officers fall silent. The cannons were active. The shields were online. The reactors burned with energy older than their empires, but stronger than anything they had seen. And inside, hundreds of life signs pulsed, humans. They are not only alive, the science officer whispered. They are ready for war. The silence on the bridge was heavy. Whispers spread again across the fleets. Humans should not have this power. They were broken. Lost. Then what is this ship? The human warship gave no answers. Instead, something strange began to happen. Every few minutes, small pulses of light blinked across its surface. At first, the aliens thought it was a malfunction. Random sparks. But then the pulses repeated. Measured, controlled, deliberate. Signals, the communications officer said. His voice cracked. They are sending messages. To whom? The commander demanded. The officer shook his head. Not to us. The fleet grew restless. Who was the warship talking to? Was it calling other ships? Was it guiding a larger fleet? Fear spread through the ranks like poison. A captain of one alien cruiser lost his patience. They are weak. Let me test their defenses. Before the commander could stop him, the cruiser fired a small missile. Just one. It streaked across the void, heading straight for the human ship. The warship did not move. Its shields did not rise. It simply remained silent. Then, at the very last moment, a flash of light erupted from its side. One cannon fired. The missile vanished, gone, erased as if it had never existed. The aliens gasped. The single cannon shot had not only destroyed the missile, it had vaporized the space around it. The alien cruiser froze in place. Its weapons shut down. Its captain did not try again. The message was clear. The human warship could destroy them at any time. And it had fired only once. Still, the ship did not advance quickly. It drifted slowly, almost lazily across the system, as if testing them, as if daring them to act. The alien fleets kept their distance, moving back step by step. The science officer studied the readings with growing horror. "Commander," he said softly, "this is no ordinary ship." "What do you mean?" "It is not just a warship. It is a survivor. It has fought before. It has killed before. And it carries the memory of every battle in its scars. This ship is alive in a way we do not understand." The commander felt cold fear in his chest. A thought formed in his mind, but he did not dare speak it. If this was just one ship, how many more could there be? The human warship's lights blinked again. This time the signals were stronger. Strange codes echoed across the alien channels, impossible to translate. Every ship in the fleet heard them, but none understood them. The sounds were sharp, metallic, and cold, like the voice of something ancient. Some officers swore the signals were not just data. They felt something in them, like whispers in their minds. The humans were not only sending messages, they were sending warnings. At that moment, the warship did something no one expected. Its cannons turned, not toward the aliens, but toward the empty void ahead. And then, with a sudden burst of light, it fired. A single shot streaked into the darkness. For seconds, there was nothing. Then, far away, a hidden object exploded. A cloaked alien probe, one that had been watching silently, was burned to ash. The aliens trembled. The humans had known about the probe all along. They had allowed it to watch, only to destroy it at the perfect moment. The alien commander's hands shook. He whispered words he never thought he would say. "This is not a ship we can control. This is not a battle we can win." But even as he spoke, the warship's engines glowed brighter. Slowly, with calm strength, the human vessel continued its path deeper into their territory. And all across the alien fleets, one thought burned in their minds. If this is only the beginning, what comes next? The challenge the alien fleets had followed the human warship for hours, maybe days. It was hard to tell anymore. Time itself seemed to slow around the massive vessel. The longer it drifted forward, the heavier the fear pressed down on every alien heart. The commander knew this could not continue. His fleets were restless, captains were whispering of retreat, and his empire demanded answers. If they allowed one human ship to march through their space without resistance, their rule over the stars would crumble. "Prepare formation," the commander finally ordered. His voice was steady, but his eyes betrayed his fear. "We will challenge it." Across the void, thousands of alien ships shifted into position. Rows upon rows formed a wall of firepower. Their cannons glowed. Their missiles locked. The space around them burned with energy. For the first time, the galaxy would see the might of alien armadas stand against one human warship. The warship, however, did not slow. It moved as if it had not even noticed them. Silent, steady, unstoppable. The alien commander raised his clawed hand. "Signal them." A message was sent across the void. It was sharp, commanding, "Human vessel, you are trespassing. Halt or be destroyed." For a long moment there was nothing. Silence again. Then across every alien screen words appeared. Cold, clear, human words. "We do not halt. We do not bow." The commander's blood turned to ice. The fleets trembled. Some captains begged to retreat. Others screamed for attack. The commander's pride left him no choice. Fire! The void erupted. Thousands of cannons unleashed their fury. Missiles rained down like burning stars. Plasma storms lit the darkness. The full power of an empire struck the lone human warship. For a moment, the stars themselves seemed to die under the storm. When the fire faded, the alien fleets waited. Smoke and static covered the screens. The commander leaned forward, desperate to see the human ship broken, shattered, destroyed. But when the smoke cleared, the warship still moved. Its shields glowed faintly, scarred but unbroken. Its engines roared louder, brighter. Its cannons, silent until now, began to turn. One by one, massive guns aligned with alien cruisers. Red light built within their barrels like the eyes of an ancient beast awakening. The first shot came. A single cannon fired, and an alien battleship vanished. Not broken, not damaged, erased. Nothing remained but dust and silence. The fleet screamed in terror. The warship fired again. Another ship gone, then another. And another. Each shot was precise, merciless, final. The aliens unleashed everything they had. Thousands of ships firing. Energy storms crashing against the warship's hull. But their weapons felt weak, their power useless. The human vessel did not slow. It advanced step by step like a giant walking through fire, unshaken, unafraid. Panic spread across the fleets. Captains broke formation. Cruisers fled into the void. Discipline shattered. The commander roared for order, but even he felt the truth clawing at his mind. This was not a battle. This was a lesson. The warship's cannons fired again, tearing holes through the wall of alien ships. But then, just as suddenly as it began, the human vessel stopped shooting. It did not destroy them all. It could have, but it didn't. Instead, a signal echoed across every channel. The same voice as before, cold and final. "Stand aside." The message froze every alien heart. The warship demanded nothing more. It did not wish for their destruction. It only wished to pass, but in that demand was power. A silent truth that every alien understood. Humanity did not fear them. Humanity did not need to. The commander's claws trembled on the controls. He looked at his fleets, broken and scattered, then back at the dark shape that moved like a god among stars. He whispered the words no alien leader had ever spoken before. "Let it pass." The order spread, and the fleets pulled back. The path opened. The human warship drifted forward, slow, steady, victorious, and as it disappeared into the void, one thought haunted every alien soul. If one ship could do this, what would happen if the humans sent a fleet? The panic, the human warship vanished into the darkness, leaving behind silence. But silence was more deadly than any battle. The alien fleets floated broken, scattered like frightened birds. Their formations were gone. Their pride was gone. And something worse remained: fear. For centuries, these fleets had been symbols of power. Entire worlds trembled when they arrived. But now, after facing a single human warship, those same fleets shook in terror. Whispers began immediately, spreading faster than light. Captains whispered to officers, officers whispered to soldiers, soldiers whispered to their families. "One ship, only one, and it defeated us." The words traveled through channels, across stations, into homes. Entire colonies heard the rumor. Entire cities repeated it. Soon, across the empire, one truth echoed. The humans have returned and they are unstoppable. The alien High Council tried to suppress the news. They blocked transmissions, silenced captains, erased reports. But fear does not die when buried. It grows stronger in the dark. Ships that had survived the battle carried scars. Hulls burned, systems damaged, engines broken. Those ships became living proof of what had happened. They returned to dockyards, and every worker who touched them saw the truth. Every scar screamed, "We fought a human warship and we lost." Panic spread beyond the fleets. Merchants canceled trade routes near human borders. Colonists fled from frontier systems. Entire mining stations went silent, their workers abandoning everything to escape. On the alien homeworld, senators argued in chaos. Some demanded war. Destroy Earth before it is too late. Others begged for peace. If one ship can do this, we cannot survive a war. The Empire cracked from within. Meanwhile, the human warship continued deeper into their territory. No one dared to stop it. Stations powered down their weapons as it passed. Colonies turned off their defenses, hoping to be ignored. Every commander prayed the humans would not look their way. But the warship did not fire. It did not conquer. It only moved, silent and patient. And that was worse, because every alien mind asked the same question. What is its purpose? Some said it was a scout. If one warship could terrify an empire, what would a fleet of them do? Others said it was a warning, a message from humanity. We are no longer weak. We are no longer broken. And the darkest whispers said this: it is not the first, and it will not be the last. On distant worlds, alien children woke screaming from nightmares of a black ship with burning red eyes. Soldiers drank in silence, afraid to admit the tremor in their hands. Commanders wrote final letters to their families, expecting war to come at any moment. The panic was not just fear of one ship. It was fear of the unknown. If humanity had built this warship, what else had they built? If they had survived in the shadows, what were they preparing for? The alien fleets had always thought they were the hunters of the galaxy. But now, for the first time, they felt like prey. And as the human warship disappeared into deeper space, the panic did not fade. It grew, spreading like wildfire until the whole galaxy trembled. The legacy, the human warship, was gone. It had passed through alien space like a shadow through fire, leaving nothing but silence and scars. But even in its absence, its presence grew stronger. Stories spread faster than any fleet could travel. On every alien world, in every council chamber, in every military base, whispers carried the same tale. One ship came. One ship defeated us all. For the first time in centuries, the alien empires looked at themselves not as rulers of the galaxy, but as survivors. The High Council tried to rewrite the truth. They called the battle a minor skirmish, a misunderstanding, a false rumor. But even their own soldiers did not believe them. The scars on their ships, the fear in their eyes, the nightmares that haunted their sleep, these things could not be erased. Children on alien worlds played games where they pretended to be humans, piloting black warships through the stars. Merchants raised their prices near human colonies, saying, "Danger tax, humans are coming." Even priests whispered in their temples, calling humanity the returning storm. The legend had begun, but legends are not harmless. Legends inspire. On frontier stations, rebels and outcasts whispered, "If humans can resist the empires, so can we." On slave worlds, prisoners looked to the stars and prayed, "If humans are free, maybe we can be too." The human warship had not just broken fleets, it had broken fear, and deep in their councils, alien leaders trembled. If one ship could plant such terror, what would happen when more arrived? Because there was one truth none of them could deny. The human warship had not fired to destroy them all. It could have, but it didn't. That restraint was more frightening than any weapon. It meant humans had a plan. Across the galaxy, rumors twisted into prophecy. The humans are building fleets in the dark. They are waiting, gathering strength. When they return, no empire will survive. The galaxy did not sleep. Commanders ordered fleets to double patrols. Colonies fortified their defenses. Entire star systems lived in fear of red lights appearing in the void. And on distant worlds, in secret places, some aliens even began to prepare for something unthinkable. Alliances with humans. Better to stand beside the storm than be crushed by it. The alien commander who had faced the warship could not escape the memory. Every night in his dreams he saw the black ship's guns burning like eyes, erasing his fleets as if they were nothing. He had led thousands of soldiers, but in the end, he had given only one order that mattered. Let it pass. His shame became the shame of his empire. But humanity did not speak again. The warship gave no more signals, no more warnings. It had entered alien space, left its mark, and vanished. That silence was the most terrifying thing of all, because silence meant mystery. Mystery meant fear, and fear meant power. In the dark corners of the galaxy, the legend of the warship grew larger than the ship itself. Some called it the Ghost of Earth. Others called it the Dreadnought of Silence. But all called it this, the beginning. The galaxy trembled, waiting for the day when the silence would break. Waiting for the day when not one but many human warships would appear in the stars. And when that day came, the aliens knew there would be no scattering, no escape, no panic. There would only be war. The legacy of one ship had changed everything. Humanity had spoken without words. We are here, and we are coming.